Now, in the United States, immigration officials say they have temporarily released about 300 people who were arrested in a massive raid in Mississippi on Wednesday. Nearly 700 workers from 7 agricultural processing plants were arrested for allegedly not having proper documentation to be in the country. Pictures emerged of children crying after being separated from their parents. Officials say they took steps to ensure any children were properly cared for. Immigration and Customs Enforcement said approximately 680 removable aliens, in their words, had been detained during the operation, which saw agents arriving in buses to question and arrest workers at the plant. President Donald Trump had announced an immigration crackdown in June, saying millions of illegal aliens who had found their way into the United States would be removed. VOA's immigration reporter Aline Barrows joins us now to discuss more on this. Aline, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thanks for having me.
So nearly 700 workers were arrested yesterday in immigration raids. Now the ICE has released about 300 people. What led to this decision?
So officials, they held a press conference yesterday and they said that a lot of the reason why those 300 people were released was based on humanitarian grounds. So some women were pregnant, some people didn't have a way to take care of their children, even though they were offered cell phones and a way to communicate with people and try to figure it out what to do. So they basically released those people on humanitarian grounds, but everyone, all of them, they have notice to appear, which means that they are eventually going in front of an immigration judge and appeal their cases.
Well, what about those still in custody and said not to have proper documentation? What happens with them now? What's the process with that?
So they went to 2 different facilities, two different places in Louisiana and Mississippi. They're going to go through the process of removal proceedings, right? They're going to be put on removal proceedings. Some of them might be able to get lawyers. There are different organizations right now working on the ground, trying to figure it out what they need, if they have any sort of humanitarian grounds to appeal in front of an immigration judge. So they're going to go through removal proceedings, and if they don't have any sort of relief, they might be eventually deported.
Yeah, really sad. And we know that some children were taken to a local gym after they came home to find their parents gone. The U.S. immigration has come under criticism, especially over the treatment of children in detention centers. What is the situation with those children now whose parents were detained yesterday?
So yesterday there was also another press conference with church leaders and advocates, and some of those people are reaching out to the community. We have church leaders there that they are literally going to the communities and talking to people. What immigration officials said yesterday is that they are making sure that those with kids are being released. So the kids at the gym might be with a parent already, or one parent was arrested and the other one wasn't. There were cases like that, or might be with another relative. But one thing that I found it interesting is that yesterday they said that this specific operation was on the works for almost a year. And it was a very secretive operation. They didn't tell anybody, not even the White House officials, because they didn't want it to leak. So that was one thing that I thought it was interested in, how they did not reach out to children's services in the state or anything like that. So that caught people surprised, you know.
Well, what has been the reaction in the country? And has President Trump said anything in regards to this immigration raid? And also another interesting question I have is, are there expected to be more raids in other parts of the country?
There is always the possibility of having more raids, right? There's always operations ongoing. It's not a surprise. This has happened in other administrations, under the Obama administration as well. President Trump hasn't said much about it. There are no specific plans for upcoming raids. People, seen on Twitter, social media, on comments online, some people are devastated, some people are helping. There are people saying, yeah, I mean, this is sad, but, immigrants, they break the law. So it's a variety of opinions right now.
All right, then, VOA's immigration reporter, Aline Barrows, thank you for speaking to us on the program.